Allow yourself to drift into tonight's warm and peaceful tale. The Tale of Borage and Gloxinia. This story is about Borage, a patient young man who helps heal a wounded phoenix named Gloxinia, teaching him about patience and the simple joys of life. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a kind-hearted young man named Borage. Borage was known throughout his village for his patience and gentleness. One summer evening, while walking in the woods, Borage came across a wounded phoenix named Gloxinia. Gloxinia's feathers were dull, and her eyes were filled with sorrow. Borage approached her slowly, whispering words of comfort. "Fear not, beautiful creature. I shall help you heal," he said softly. Gloxinia looked up at Borage, her eyes reflecting a glimmer of hope. Borage spent many days nursing the phoenix back to health. He gathered efforts to treat her wounds and sang songs to soothe her spirit. As time passed, Gloxinia's feathers began to shimmer once more, and her strength gradually returned. The bond between the two grew stronger each day. Gloxinia taught Borage the ancient secrets of the forest, and Borage showed Gloxinia the simple joys of human life. One day, Gloxinia felt ready to return to the skies. She spread her magnificent wings, now radiant with vibrant colors. "Thank you, Borage. Your patience has given me new life," she said. Borage smiled, though his heart ached at the thought of parting with his friend. "Remember our times together, Gloxinia. You shall always have a place in my heart," he replied. With a grateful nod, Gloxinia soared into the air, her wings beating a rhythm of freedom. Borage watched until she disappeared into the horizon, a smile lingering on his lips. He knew that their paths would cross again one day. And so, Borage continued his life, sharing the lessons of patience and love he had learned from his friend, Gloxinia. Though she was no longer by his side, her spirit remained a guiding light in his heart. Now, let's move gently into the next journey. The Taphlia and Euphobia's Enchanted Night. This story is about a girl named Katia and a lizard named Euphobia who share a magical night in an enchanted forest. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Katia. She had long, flowing chestnut hair and sparkling green eyes that danced with curiosity. One twilight, after a rainstorm, she wandered into the nearby forest, a place that shimmered with the recent rain's reflection. Suddenly, she heard a soft rustling behind some bushes. Out crawled a small lizard with scales glistening like emeralds. The lizard looked up at Katia and introduced itself as Euphobia, the guardian of the forest. With a magical twinkle in its eye, Euphobia invited Katia on an adventure. They ventured deeper into the woodland, where everything seemed to glow with a mystical light. Trees towered like ancient guardians, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. Euphobia led Katia to a hidden clearing, where a magnificent waterfall cascaded down crystal cliffs, creating a melody that sang through their souls. They sat by the waterfall, listening to the symphony of nature. Euphobia shared stories of the forest's wonders, tales of enchanted creatures and ancient spells. Katia was awestruck, her heart swelling with wonder and gratitude. As the night deepened, the forest transformed into a realm of magic. Fireflies began to dance, their light painting the air with stars. The moon cast a silver glow, and the forest embraced them in its serene beauty. Euphobia then led Katia to the heart of the forest, where an enormous ancient tree stood. Its branches reached out like welcoming arms, and its bark was covered in glowing runs. The tree whispered tales of wisdom and history. Holding hands, Katia and Euphorbia felt a deep connection with the forest and each other. They understood the magic was not just in spells, but in the bond forged by kindness and wonder. When the sun began to rise, signaling the end of their enchanted night, Euphorbia escorted Kathlia back to the edge of the forest. With a heartfelt farewell, she promised to return. From that day on, every twilight held a promise of enchantment. And Katia, forever changed by that magical night, carried the awe and wonder of the forest within her heart. And this story begins to guide you closer to sleep. Campanula and Violet, a tale of kindness. This story is about the bond of kindness between a girl named Campanula and a deer named Violet, who together bring compassion and help to the inhabitants of their forest. Once in a lush green forest, lived a kind-hearted girl named Campanula. She had the unique ability to communicate with animals and plants, which brought her immense joy. One warm evening, while collecting wildflowers near her cozy cottage, she spotted a deer named Violet, who seemed to be limping. Concerned, Campanula approached Violet slowly, speaking softly to not startle her. Campanula noticed that Violet had a thorn stuck in her hoof. With gentle hands and a soothing voice, she carefully removed the thorn. Violet nuzzled Campanula gratefully, sensing the warmth of her kindness. Over the weeks, Campanula and Violet formed an inseparable bond. Every day, they would explore different parts of the forest, sharing stories and enjoying the beauty of nature. They discovered hidden waterfalls, meadows filled with vibrant flowers, and ancient trees with branches that whispered secrets of the past. One day, during their adventures, they came across a fledgling bird that had fallen from its nest. Campanula gently picked up the tiny bird and placed it back in its nest high up in the tree. Violet watched intently, her presence comforting the bird. The grateful chirps of the bird filled their hearts with joy. News of Campanula and Violet's acts of kindness spread throughout the forest. Animals came to them for shelter, guidance and care. Campanula's cottage became a safe haven where love and compassion thrive. The bond between Campanula and Violet strengthened further, rooted in mutual respect and an unwavering spirit of generosity. One autumn morning, the forest was blanketed with a golden hue. Campanula and Violet were walking along a moss-covered path when they stumbled upon an old, injured fox. Without hesitation, they took the fox back to Campanula's cottage and tended to his wounds. As the fox healed, he shared tales of wisdom and adventures, enriching their lives with his experiences. The fox in turn spread stories of Campanula and Violet's kindness far and wide, reaching even the deepest corners of the forest. The seasons changed, but the spirit of kindness that Campanula and Violet embodied remained constant. They taught the creatures of the forest the importance of empathy, compassion, and helping those in need. Their story became a legend, passed down through generations, inspiring all who heard it. To this day, when the gentle breeze rustles the leaves or when flowers bloom with an unfathomable glow, it's said that it's a reminder of Campanula and Violet's enduring legacy of kindness. Their tale is a testament to the powerful ripple effect that acts of kindness can create, making the world a better place for everyone. Let's settle into another soothing story. Embrace of Gazania and Erfelmental Heather. This story is about the bond formed between Gazania and Erfelmental Heather, leading to a miracle that saves Gazania's grandmother and prospers their village. In a quaint little village nestled between lush green valleys and towering mountains, lived a compassionate young woman named Gazania. Every day, she would venture into the dense forests that surrounded her home, collecting herbs and plants for her ailing grandmother. Ksenia had an aura of warmth and kindness that resonated with all who met her. And one day, as the sun was setting and painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Ksenia wandered deeper into the forest than she had ever ventured before. She found herself at the edge of a mystical glade, where the air shimmered with magic. Intrigued, she stepped into the clearing and gasped in awe at the sight before her. Standing in the center of the glade was Heather, an earth elemental with a magnificently crescented body of roots, leaves and stones. Heather's eyes glowed in emerald green, and she exuded in ancient wisdom and serenity. Sensing no fear from Ksenia, Heather greeted her with a gentle nod. "Welcome, dear one. I am Heather, guardian of this forest." Ksenia felt an instant connection with Heather and knew she had stumbled upon someone extraordinary. Over the next few days, Ksenia returned to the glade to learn from Heather. She discovered the secrets of healing plants, the balance of nature, and the importance of living harmoniously with all beings. Heather told her not just with words, but through the tender embrace of nature itself. Ksenia would watch in wonder as Heather coaxed flowers to bloom and trees to grow with a mere touch. The bond between Ksenia and Heather grew deeper, built on mutual respect and love. One evening, a terrible storm swept through the village, and Ksenia's grandmother fell gravely ill. Desperate and afraid, Ksenia raced to the glade, hoping that Heather could save her grandmother. "Heather, please, I need your help," she cried. Heather emerged from the shadows, her presence a soothing balm against Ksenia's fear. "Fear not, Ksenia. Let us embrace the power of nature together." With Heather's help, Ksenia gathered rare herbs and kronsete, a potent remedy. Together, they returned to the village, where Heather tended to the earth and healed the village's land, while Ksenia administered the cure to her grandmother. As the storm passed, Ksenia's grandmother recovered, and the village flourished with newfound vitality. Ksenia and Heather knew that their bond had brought about a miracle, and the embrace of their friendship would be cherished for generations to come, a testament to the harmony between humanity and nature. Thank you for listening. Rest well and dream sweetly.